Hello everybody and welcome to the Over
and Out
podcast, starring your hosts Melon
and Kellen.
Kellen, not Helen but Kellen.
Yo,
like you could be part of the Kardashian family with that name.
Kellen Kardashian. Kirky
Kardashian. My name is Kirky. I hope you all are having a fantastic day thus far. It is gloomy.
It's gloomy.
But we got the lighting going on.
We do have an extra lamp today, so if we're looking extra bright and light skin, then it's the white lights in here.
That's mission accomplished.
Yes.
Let's start with trending topics. Do you have anything on your mind for trending topic today?
Let me have a little think about that.
I like how you sat. You sat pretty comfy, you know?
I like to really lean into it when I'm thinking. I've had a lot of thoughts lately.
Yeah?
Not about people, just thoughts in general.
About?
You know, just about the universe and university mainly. University's been on my mind.
What about it? Come on, elaborate. I can't be here
dissecting. I don't want university. I don't want to ever leave university. I'm gonna study here forever. I'm literally never gonna leave. I never want to leave. I want to live on that, not on campus, actually inside the premise. I love it so much. I was thinking that today. And yeah, that's the trending topic. How much I love uni and never want to leave. You can never make me have a real job.
I'm the complete opposite. I love how that's trending in your life, but for me, every time I step foot, I'm like, this is nice. 2 days a week for 1 more year. And I'm done thus far with that degree. I don't know what I'm going to do after, but I don't want to stay in my undergrad. Maybe I could stay in my postgrad. Who knows? Maybe I want to
like that's too real though. I'm like, damn, postgrad. Now I actually have to do. I can't just go around with my little boba and have my cute little outfits. But I can't do that anymore. I've got to actually do something if I'm a postgraduate.
Boba. Speaking about boba, I had boba was it Friday? It was Friday, and it was delicious. Normally I don't like boba. Actually, it wasn't boba. It was just tea because there was no boba already.
There was no boba in it, so it was
just tea. But it was very delicious. It was creme brulee and Thai milk tea.
That does sound nice. You know, chai means tea.
Yeah,
I was so confused. So I was like, wow, that blew my mind because it's like cha time. It just means tea time. Wow.
In Persian, they say choi. They don't say chai, but like it's the same. Choi, which means tea.
Interesting.
Do you want some choi?
Choi. Yeah, they say chai and
they say chai in some other places.
In like some Indian languages. So.
There you go. The more you know. So let's just get straight onto the topic. A fact I learned today, that's kind of trending, is Kris Jenner wanted to have 6 children and a nice house. Now maybe she said that like in hindsight after she had 6 children, but like when she was 17, 18, she wanted to have lots of children. Her mission was to get married, wealthy, and she did that.
Do you know who broke up recently? Pete and Kim.
That is a fantastic trending topic.
I only found that out like yesterday, and I saw that apparently they broke up to distract from the fact that Khloe and her man Tristan are having a baby, and like everyone's like, this is awful, so they're breaking up to distract, because Kardashians always do. They always have something to distract from something else that's bad's happening in their life, and that's the distraction right now. They're breaking up. I saw it coming. I saw it come and go.
Relationships are like fast fashion. They come and go.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like a trend.
There you go. I'm just such a wise person.
Honestly, the type of people the Kardashians date is a trend to them.
They come and go.
And let's talk about it.
No, let's not. Okay.
Let's not talk about it, actually.
But speaking of Kardashian, speaking of Kim Kardashian and her rise to fandom and popularity.
Yes, I'm part of the KKK fandom. Kardashian, Kimberly West.
What?
Kardashian,
Kimberly, Kourtney clan. Well, she, rose to fame because she copied Paris Hilton and dropped an S-tape, and that got her name out more so in the spotlight, which was planned and proposed by Kris and Kim from day one. Like, there's no way that was leaked.
Ew, imagine your mum like singing that.
They went to find a publisher for the S-tape before they released it, so it could be released in like scene.
Really? I heard
they deny
it got like leaked, and she actually didn't want it to be out. That's what I heard.
They deny the fact that they did that, but I think they have.
Yeah, knowing Chris, she probably like as soon as she was born, she was like,
"Baby,
this is your life."
Why she had 4 kids? Because she wanted to have so many chances of them becoming successful. But
people have kids like it's a farm.
Like it's a shroot farm.
Literally, they have it like they're breeding little cows to slaughter. It's messed up.
Yeah, like 6 children's a little bit crazy. But I wanted to know your opinions. I wanted to have a general discussion about PORN, which we cannot say on YouTube because we might get P-wordized. We'll say plode. Corn. That sounds so... Okay, corn and dating, and what you think is acceptable, what you don't, your views on it. I wish we had more people to discuss their differing opinions, because I think we have pretty similar ones. But I want to hear it, so take it away. It's your turn to shine.
So what's the question?
This is generally, do you think it's okay to watch corn
while you're dating
someone, and all of the discussion that can go with that?
I think firstly, if you are going to, you should tell them. But I feel like in a relationship you shouldn't need to get pleasure from a random person, because that's just a bit like, if you're dating someone, why would you need to? Why would you need to get pleasure from a random person?
That's true.
Why? We could say like, oh, I'm home alone or whatever, but still.
What if they're corny?
What if they're corny ass motherfucker?
They're erotically charged one night and they're like, damn.
Their electrons are like...
They're synced up real good. Like, there's no protons, no neutrons.
There's a phone you can call your person you're dating.
Okay, but what if they're like, I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep right now, like, come on, my abuela's in the other room.
Yeah, it's like, girl, I'm
not doing it. Then what? Then it's acceptable? So they have to get permission from me is what it is?
I just don't think he should. Although, yeah, so I think it honestly ruins relationships.
Damn.
Honestly, I have very strong feelings on corn, like how bad it is for your brain, for women. It's just really messed up for your brain. Like, corn is so it's so dehumanizing. Like, like choked, beaten up, like abused, and that's how men think
it is.
It is, and then it just messes up with their brain and how they view women, how women think they should act,
yeah,
and what
it's supposed to look like when it's done.
And it just really, and then lots of people, they can't stop thinking about it even when they're with their partner.
That's the thing, right? That's the reason why I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea, because how can you be with me and your brain not go to that? Because we had a discussion a couple of nights ago where we were talking about phalluses. Pause.
We're talking about food.
And I was saying how, like, once you see one, it will never go.
Once you see one, it's scarred in your brain forever.
It could have been an uncalled one on a Megal type shit, or it could be like...
yeah, it could be some nasty old man. And
you will never forget, it will always scar your mind. And we will always remember what it looks like. So it's like, how could you not feel the same way when you as a guy, will say, is watching corn and is seeing all these ladies and females and boys' parts and does not think to them, not boys, well, guys' parts, and does not think for a second that when they're with their girlfriend, what should I have for dinner tonight?
Yeah, it's extremely addictive. Most people are addicted, they can't let go without it.
And don't you feel like
every day, if you have to watch it every day, every week, it's like, oh my god. And lots of people don't realize that they're addicted. And it's like,
I don't think if post-nut clarity is what I think it is. We'll call it post-nut regret. Post-peanut regret. When you start to be like, damn, why did I do this? Like,
yeah, I saw a TikTok, yeah, it was this guy, he duetted someone's TikTok and he was like, girls, don't worry if your man watches corn, because usually they're disgusted at the women after they're done.
Because they're not in that, like,
because they're like, oh, she's like, oh, look at what she's doing, Like, even though you're the one that was watching it.
So learn to control it then. Like, the whole premise of... What do they call it? Being alpha male? I don't even know about that. But, like... Be in control of your phallus, bro. Like, you don't have to just, like...
You have a mind of your own. You don't have to watch it if you don't like it. There's nothing wrong with S-work, like, if that's what you do as a job. But then if you're going to watch it and then shame someone after, when you get post-peanut clarity, and shame someone for it, then that's really on you and you should control yourself.
Yeah, but it's also, like, just in general, like, you don't have to, like, flick off to every urge you get. You know,
literally.
Like, learn to
have some control.
No wonder why people do these, like, what's it called? No Nut November, or like...
That's so embarrassing that you have to go a month. You have to force yourself to go a month.
Like, girl,
that's
embarrassing. Like, bro,
up.
Don't tell me I'm a man and men, like, have multitasking.
I gotta do it every single day, because otherwise I lose my brain. No.
Learn to control that.
You have no self-control.
Wiener of yours.
I love
Member. I love the name member for it.
It's literally your member.
Your member, like, your... vein.
Literally, don't let your member control you.
Literally.
Like you're
painted a picture in
you
my
think
mind
you're
right
a man?
now. No.
I love shaming men.
Same. That's why we're best friends.
We're just real, you know. We're not gonna baby them and be like, oh, it's okay. No.
But in a relationship, if I cannot provide you those resources, which I won't be able to for a while, get that thing straight, then I'm okay with it, okay? But to me, it disgusts me if you're doing it all the time, in general. But then if I'm ready to give you the goods and resources, and you're out here on the computer, and you're like, what flavor?
The accent change.
What flavor should I pick today?
It's gross that, like, you're, like, categorizing them.
You're dealing with it rough. I know you like it rough.
Also, but actually, it's kind of, like, good if someone does, and you can, like, because then you can see what weird things they're into and see if it's a red flag. So it's actually kind of... Okay, that's the only good thing about someone watching
Tell me
porn.
your corn history.
If it's like something really weird, like stepsister, underage schoolgirl.
What is, like, mom?
If it says my mother.
Minnie Mouse?
Run. Literally. If it's like Disneyland cosplay.
Walt Disney.
Run.
Close that laptop screen and
no,
go out.
No shame, but shaming.
Yeah, no shame, but we shame, because, like, come on.
Some things have to be shamed. Some things are not normalized.
Exactly.
No.
Some things are not supposed to be existed.
There's shame for a reason.
Exactly. If you like schoolgirl type shit, like genuinely like schoolgirl type
like
things.
16. If your search is like underage 16-year-old,
no,
you're an adult.
That is a federal case on your laptop right now.
And that's why there's so much P words out there because of corn.
Yes. I was thinking, which P word?
There's so much code going on, so YouTube doesn't get rid of this video.
Yeah, exactly. Which even if they won't, they really won't.
Well,
but like
they have bots everywhere.
They do.
Eyes and ears everywhere. They're watching us right now.
The bots might be off like #1 viewer.
Literally, our one viewer is the bot.
Do bots count as
I'm
views?
watching you. I think they would, because like AIs, I saw AIs are becoming sentient. Google someone means they're having a mind of their own, becoming conscious. Someone from Google exposed Google and was like, hey, one of our AIs is becoming sentient and having a mind of its own. Everyone's like, we denied this. But
that's cool as fuck. That's scary.
iRobot, Terminator is true.
That's scary. Like he's like, oh, malfunction.
One day he's gonna get up and be like,
yeah. But back to the question, because we're just gonna stay here for a long time. Let's check the time actually.
10 seconds.
Yeah. But if we're ever in an instance where I can give you the good services and I'm not going to give you good services because it's just inconvenient and I don't want to, then I don't give a damn. Go on it and just do what you want to do.
Don't tell me about it.
But don't tell me about it. Don't tell me, oh my god, the video was so cool. Don't.
No.
There's some details that you can just miss out on saying to someone, and it will spare you, and it will give them good, happy vibes.
Yeah,
you know?
just know. Why do I need to know? What am I going to do with that?
But if you're consistently watching, let me tell you why it's bad. Because we've established that we don't want it. Why is it bad? Number one, to females, I mean, I don't know about males, but to females, it's like, you know when you're walking with a guy and then a girl walks by, maybe she's pretty, and the guy, like, is with you, but he looks back like this.
Or he says something.
He pulls one of those. Oh yeah, but
Or even just like, yeah, look.
he looks back. What the
Literally.
What?
Especially if you're dating them, that's messed up. You should not do that.
What are you doing right now? I know there was an episode in S in the City where Carrie and Mr. Big were together, and Mr. Big was like,
Really?
Yeah.
I've actually never even thought about that because I would never imagine a man doing that. That is so awful. If anyone does that, if I witness anyone do that, I'm going to come up with...
And what they say is, oh, exactly. And what they say is like, oh, it's just like normal how men are. No, it's not.
No, don't normalize that.
Don't
Shame.
normalize it.
Shame.
The amount of times that I could have looked back at the guy that I saw, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's just like...
Respect
no.
who you're with, bro. Don't call them weird names. Don't bring them, degrade them by saying
also,
you're a bitch. All this.
Literally, respect yourself. Respect them. No,
Period.
no.
You wanna say something?
I think I said everything. I went on a rant about how much I hated corn and how we need to shame men.
So basically, looking back at a woman, is like the same thing as watching corn with another woman in it, because not the same degree of intensity, but you're just having eyes for someone else. Even if you say to me, I'm looking at them as if they're you.
What?
No, you're not. And
that's even weirder because that means you're imagining like a fake ideal version of them that you will never see them for who they are. You will always see this image of a corn star in your head.
No, exactly. That's what scares me the fuck. It's like you have this random...
It just messes up your perception of reality.
Yeah, you know this corn starch... Corn starch? corn starch? You know this corn stars, like a whole body anatomy. If she was walking in front of you, you would be drooling at her right now. Don't even lie!
It's just like dehumanizing.
Don't even fucking lie.
It's just dehumanizing. Like they're a human being.
Guys are fucking weird. I know girls don't do that.
Some girls are weird,
as much
but
as
girls
guys do.
See it in a different way.
Guys should see the same way too. I don't understand why it's different to
also,
guys.
It's fruity. You're a man watching another man. If you're straight, I'm just saying, if you're a straight man watching another guy with another girl, that's fruity.
How is that?
Like you're watching a guy?
He's seen what the guy is doing to the girl.
He's watching what the guy's doing to the girl. That's fruity.
Honestly, I don't have any counter arguments for that, so maybe it is fruity. No, but it's like fruity if they watch a guy on guy. Okay, why is it not fruity for a girl then to watch a girl? And a guy?
No, but you're watching what the guy is doing, so it's not fruity.
Oh, but I'm watching Okay, wait, he's watching what the girl is doing to the guy. I'm watching it. Okay, I'm not watching it, period. Okay, I'm not watching it. Don't get it twisted. Actually, girls can imagine it. How about you guys?
Girls have imagination and visual.
Take a feather out of females' caps. Imagine it. Try really get into the brain zones and imagine it.
Except I feel like majority of girls have like a Wattpad phase. Where they would just like write about like Draco Malfoy. So I don't know if I don't really know how much I support this.
Okay. Oh, how about the girl writes her man's or whoever a fan? No, not fan.
Ooh, if a man writes you a fanfiction, that's that is a really
that's
a spicy idea.
Okay, I just thought of that. Okay. And I was like, oh, how about you write me erotic fiction about us, and I'll write one about you.
I'll make it like really like cringy. That's such a good idea.
And then you can use that for your resources. Okay. Only other instance where I would say it's okay is permissible. Permissible. Wherever you are, I'm all alone, and it's you that I want. Only other part that is okay is if they're traveling overseas and they're not seeing me. I'd rather them watch porn than sleep with another woman.
That's what I mean. If you're not gonna see each other for like 5 years, no, even just like a few weeks, I guess.
I just don't like the idea. Even if she looks similar to me in the video, I don't like the idea that
it also just like creates like a disconnect in your relationship.
And it makes
walls in between you.
What if you're like doing it and it's like you're just sensitized as you were saying to it, so you don't even like care? Because if the more times you see it, the more you're like, oh, this is super normal.
Yeah. Banned corn.
Go turn on 50 Shades of Grey. I'd rather you watch 50 Shades of Grey than watch corn. because that's done in a tasteful
I don't
way.
know if anyone's watching that.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's difference between like movie scenes like that and like corn.
I always get so shocked when I see scenes like that in movies still, even
Yeah,
as an adult. I'm like, wow, these are famous people.
Mingling.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's crazy to me. When I
thought
saw
it
Brad
was-
Pitt doing it, I was like, what the hell?
When we saw, what was it? Did they actually do it in the movie? Eyes Wide Shut? No.
Oh, that was a lot of scenes.
But there was a lot of, oh no, they did. Oh my, I could not look at that.
Yeah.
That was something.
Yeah.
How do men like look, you know, too
How
many
do
men.
men?
We need to get a man on live audio recording in this studio. Right here, right now, and ask them these questions. Applications down below. Okay, let's move on, because it's, oh, we've been talking about this for 20 minutes.
We had a lot to say.
I have a lot to say about this next topic, and it is innocence in relationships. Ooh.
Let me give one up to my girls.
So
I saw a TikTok the other day. I saw a TikTok. No, it said Taylor Swift. No, Taylor Swift is for girls who haven't had sex.
Oh.
And then Lana Del Rey is for girls who have.
Oh, that's kind of
Something like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, you can be both.
yeah. You can be both. I think Taylor Swift talks about love in a very like.
It's very hyper romantic,
Born in a
hopeless,
hurry,
yeah.
always late.
Hey, she speaks in a Casey Musgrave kind of core.
Exactly. But
Anyway,
Lana Del Rey is more serious. She's more
she's
adult.
more a bit scary. Like, she's very scary.
Yeah. But innocence in relationships. When should you reveal your innocent or unexperienced level to whoever you're talking, such dating? Should you ever?
This is a really interesting question because
I know.
everyone has at one point in their life
Been innocent,
had like
inexperienced.
hasn't done something. So
Yeah.
should you tell the person you're seeing I haven't, or should you just pretend you know what you're doing?
Just not tell them. Just watch
What
a
do you
couple
think?
videos the night before.
Prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. I think here's how I see it. Okay. Get ready. Actually, do you want to say? Because I'm going.
Okay, yeah,
I'm going.
I will
Let me-
say.
Can I have some cake?
She's getting her cake and I'm gonna explain. I think you should 100%. I'm very much right now about being vulnerable and honest with your partner because it just like takes the pressure off you because like you don't have to pretend that you know what you're doing, and it also will take the pressure off them because they'll be like, okay, that's okay, they don't know what they're doing. And just don't pretend to be someone you're not.
That's
Ever. Because
That's
then you won't even like that person because you're not even being yourself with them. I think it's very, yeah, definitely, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. It can just be like, hey, yeah, I've never done this.
I've never done this before.
Yeah, and I don't think it has to be a big deal, and I hate how it's shamed. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mom.
I feel like
Yeah,
this.
don't shame.
I think it shouldn't shame. Firstly, secondly, I feel like a lot of people will probably not say until they're actually doing what they are not experienced in doing, and then the guy's like, or the person's like, oh, wait, have you done this before? No, I haven't. And then it's in the moment. Maybe that's not the best thing to do. And I know people do it a lot because they're scared to tell their significant other person that they have not had an experience before, but I feel like you really shouldn't, because how are you gonna like hide that about yourself and then want to be vulnerable with this person, as you said, and like have a relationship with them? That's a part of you. It's a part of like your predicament at the moment, and you shouldn't
Part
be
of your
afraid.
journey,
Exactly.
your story.
But put the cake down. I'll eat it after. I do have something to say. Guys, that's all I can account of. Okay, can take it one of two ways. Brace yourself. The first one, okay, the first thing that guys can take it as is if you go up to them and you're like, okay, let's say you're talking to someone, you want to be in a relationship with them, because you want to be in a relationship with them. Whoa, what am I saying? Okay.
Yes.
So, you're talking to them and maybe you're like dating them for like 3 or 4 months now, and you tell them that you're like really innocent, or like, let's just say you're inexperienced in some things, right? Guys can either take it as, oh my god, like, she's never been touched. Ah, I just found a pearl in a clamshell. Like, she's mine. Like, she hasn't, nobody's hit though, nobody's hit. And then they can also be like, time to fuck her up with some trauma. She's never gonna leave because I'm the first.
I can take control of her.
Exactly, I can.
Or they can take him the other way and be like, oh, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
But a lot of guys are dogs, and they would start to like be like, oh, I can take advantage of her. She'll stay with me forever because she's gonna be attached to me. Because it's her first ever like experience like that, so like the attachment level is high as fuck apparently to them, what they think, which is somewhat kind of true, but whatever. And yeah, they feel like self-righteous. What is it? Self-satisfication. Like they found like guys, look at me.
Yeah, I hate how it's like, oh, she's untainted, she's pure, like a little flower
in the sea. No little splotches, nothing damaged. No
Girl,
damaged goods.
Your body anatomy doesn't change if you're with someone.
Okay,
like
so
by that logic, your pee-pee should be like this size.
Or by that logic, I should never have pooed in my life, and so my anus should be this tight.
It should be like this big, so I've done massive poo-poos.
Exactly. Huh? With that logic, my eyes have never seen anything before.
Girl,
I have pure eyes.
Like worms in people's brains.
More than worms. Probably like sea dragons in people's brains.
To rotting flesh.
But, and they'll be like, she's naive to like your relationship and what it's like, or like she's naive to, etc. Let me tell you something, okay? I would have to be naive to let bitches like you use me for my goods and services, pack up, and dip. I would have to be like super stupid, yeah? In my lifetime. Bitch, I've already experienced that, okay?
Yeah, it's just, and also that's kind of why I feel like lots of like older men want to date like 19, 20-year-olds because like I can take control of her. Like you're 35.
The thing is, it's the complete opposite. We're not naive, we're actually smart, question mark?
There is a thing called a brain that women have and like to use. And then you say, oh, if she's argumentative or she's a difficult woman because she won't do what you want her to do.
No. In fact, I've dodged a lot of bullets and men like you, and now I will continue to do so because you showed that you're so like self-righteous because you found someone that is so innocent or like unexperienced. I think that, oh my god, she's like so untouched, like she's so innocent, like I could fuck around with her, like toxic guys essentially. No, you probably can't because your experience and intelligence don't always correlate together. What is it, mutually exclusive? They can be mutually exclusive.
Mutually exclusive.
Not all the time, but a lot of the times they are. So just because I don't get like 80% on maths test doesn't mean that I'm not an intelligent person and my IQ score might be really high.
Yeah, honestly, academics and intelligence don't always go hand in hand.
Exactly. Just because I don't have experience does not mean that I'm not fond of people like you who like to take advantage of girls for your own little wee-wees. But on the same note, a guy could take it in a positive way and he could be like, oh, like, he might have more respect for her because he's realized that maybe she's just waiting for someone who she thinks is really deserving of
or maybe
the goods
they
and
just
services.
won't care because honestly it's not.
Or they won't care. They'll be like, oh, you know what, cool.
It's just like, okay.
And they actually
Why does it
might
matter who your past partners have been anyway?
Shouldn't. Actually no, it should.
I think so.
I think who you've been with in the past matters to certain
Well, in some, yeah, if you're like always just like really strange people.
Like you can learn, it could be a bad or positive thing, but you can learn a lot about someone.
But I think it shouldn't really impact the relationship you have with them.
It's not about, it's not gonna like, who they are as a person doesn't always reflect who they've dated. But sometimes it's interesting to see like, oh, okay, so you only date those type of people?
You only date Libras.
Etc. But sometimes they can even be more accommodating because they know that you're maybe not the most experienced, so they'll be extra attentive to you and caring and understanding because when you are going to be more experienced, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's just good to be honest.
Because therefore there's no filters between you and that person, you're closer together.
It is scary being like, especially if you know the person might have, like, they probably have a lot more experience than you. It can be scary being admitting that you don't have experience.
But it shouldn't be judged, and at the same time it's a way for you and that person to get closer, because the more you like hide things from someone, the less closer you're gonna be with them emotionally.
Period.
And what good does that have, to be with someone but you know nothing about them? And then I said like 2 podcasts ago that I'm not gonna tell whoever I date like everything about me.
I mean,
it's different.
keep some things to yourself. But tell them important things.
Yeah, like that is important. And I will say, I recommend, okay, do not go around to random hookups and tell them that you're super innocent or
no, if
etc.
it's just a random hookup, don't.
Don't.
But if it's a relationship, yes.
Because they might maybe not have the best intentions in mind. Plus, they don't need to know.
Yeah, if it's just like a casual thing, they don't need to know your mother's name, your maiden name. They don't need to know that.
So they don't even need to know that level as well. If they don't know those things, they don't need to know about that. But if you're dating them and you're serious about them and you know that they are a good person, then you can let them into a little bit of gas.
Let them know. Let them know. Because what's the point of dating if you're not going to let them know?
No.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And yeah.
And the camera stopped and now I'm like kind of out of it.
Don't worry, you'll get back into it. Okay, and the last thing that I wanted to talk about, which might be interesting, is... I'm forgetting that we're even filming right now. Okay. Okay. Our dating society in our world, right? So, if you think about it, back in like the 90s and 80s, I think it's more common for guys and girls or whoever, again, to, like, guys to approach random girls at like cafes or like a racing show or I don't know. I watched like the Kris Jenner thing. I watched the Kris Jenner episode and it talked about how she met Robert Kardashian, rest in peace, at like a racing show. So I think it's more common for guys to do that back in those days. Nowadays, it's like there's no way that... I feel like it's really rare for a good guy to approach you at like say a library or like a cafe.
Unless it's a club, because I feel like a club is where you like meet people.
Mingle.
But besides that, I don't think.
Or a bar. Besides that, there's no chance that a really nice guy that you might think is attractive and you might think is nice is really going to approach you. And you can be like Kylie Jenner pretty, but they might not approach you because it's not the setting for it.
It's just like frowned upon in our society now to talk to people.
It looks
like,
weird.
It's just like if you're at the gym or at the coffee shop, it's just expected that no one will bother you. Especially on the train now.
Yeah.
I remember like apparently on the trains everyone used to be talking and now everyone don't talk to anyone.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that was just, we don't know for a fact because we didn't live in those times, but from what we've heard.
From hearing things.
Yeah, and also from the way it's portrayed in like sitcoms like Friends and Seinfeld and the ones that I've watched.
You know, real life.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's also because...
Because like phones now, we have...
Exist, social media exists. But even then, like, I can't find... If I just met you at the... It doesn't even have to be an interaction whereby it's supposed to allude to anything romantic. Just like a friendly conversation. No one's going to have those nowadays when you're at a library. You're literally sitting like hours upon hours next to someone, but you've never said hi to them. You're just sitting next to them and doing your work.
Honestly, what I always do if I'm sitting next to someone random is I always just compliment something they're wearing. And if the conversation goes on, it goes.
So, along with that, which is a really good thing that you brought up, I was thinking, so I was at the library on Friday, okay?
She was at the library.
For hours, getting my work done. And, let me tell you, in my life, I don't know if women can agree with this, but it's a whole nother topic. I've only really seen, like, 2 or 3 fine men. Fine men. But I see, like, thousands of fine women every single day.
Because women are superior.
And because of the fact that, I guess, there's a lot of different reasons, but one could be like men never had to put importance onto their looks.
Yeah,
it was more so their wallets.
Like, brought up to be like, your appearance matters.
So therefore, subconsciously,
conditioned.
Or consciously.
Conditioned by society.
We chose
always
to
perceive yourself through the lens of a man. Guys, sorry for technical difficulties.
It just happens. You have to get... At this point, you're used to it by now. At the library, right? Fine men. So, anyways, I was sitting I was sat, and
I'm sat.
Just a quick story, okay? I sat, and then I for some urge, I got this, like, urge to,
She got the urge.
I got the urge to turn around, and because I felt like someone was looking at me, and someone
Sixth
was... There was a guy that was looking... Actually, I don't know if he was looking at me, because I didn't have my glasses on, so I can't tell.
Always just assume.
But see, the thing is, in high school, like, I used to sit right in front of the door, and then I always would look and see this guy from the side looking... I thought at me, but I was like, maybe he's just looking at the door, and I think he was just looking at outside, because I was like, my head was right.
Just staring in oblivion, like.
So I don't know, but I looked, and like, I kind of looked for a bit longer, because I was like doing this as well, squinting, because I couldn't tell if he was looking at me or not, or if he was looking to the side. But whatever, maybe that alarmed him, and whatever, okay? But I left the library, and I go to meet you, and I get my boba, and then I come back 2 hours later, and just as I enter, this man is leaving. And now I get a better look at him and his face, and I'm like, damn, he's kind of far. He's kind of far.
And then you're like, hey.
But then I did not say anything, and I sat down because I was leaving, and I was like, damn, like, I wish I could see him again so I could see his face clearer. Because, like, I don't really see the face that well. I just saw, like...
You saw him standing.
And I was like, what?
Honestly, with attractive people, you don't have to see every detail. You see
That's
the
true.
basic face, and you're like, okay, I can tell they're
Because I'm sure they will find it, because, again, there's not a lot of fine men, so, like...
I had this thought today, actually, because I was walking around the business school a lot, and there was so many, they're like that kind of, you know, classic, just like American boy kind of look, you know, like, imagine like the classic
James
1950s, 50s guy, yeah, which is like not my type.
Classic?
Like, just like a classic, like, looking American kind of general attractive
Not
face.
old Hollywood face.
Just like when you imagine someone from like 1950s, like a young person who's like from that period, just like a generic but like attractive looking person. There was so many of them, and I was like, damn, not my type. But you go off like they were so attractive. There were so many attractive men.
Right?
Okay.
Pop off. Okay. Like, what? Why don't I see you every day? Like,
just walking, super tall, like. Yeah.
Buff,
I was like,
this.
okay, literally.
So because of that, right, I was like, why do I, because people can say like, oh, as a woman I don't chase, or I don't like approach a guy, etc., which to each their own.
You are a chaser. When you see someone you like, I feel like you're more inclined to, because if someone random comes up to you, you're like, no, you're
Not yet.
So you don't like being chased, you are a chaser.
That's what I want to talk about. Well, I try not to chase, because I actually do believe that women should not chase a man. Yes. If a man does not want you, then they don't want you.
But same way, if a girl doesn't want you, stop pestering her and begging her.
But it's more common for a guy to get let down. Yes, than a girl to get let down. But I was thinking, there should be exceptions, which there should be. And so, like, I'm never going to see that beautiful stranger again. But what if I see him next time? Like, I feel like okay. My point is...
You always shoot your shot, because you never know if you're never going to see them again.
Shoot your shot.
Do it.
Girls and guys might shoot their shots in different ways, respected. But if we're going to go by the logic that girls never should approach a guy, I'm just going to sit here, and let these random stinky guys approach me, which a lot of them are stinky, because I feel like a really genuinely good, nice guy does not just randomly approach a girl like
with
that.
Intention. I think if you're going to approach them like you want to be friends with them. Don't approach them and be like, oh, you're so sexy. Like, I want it just like with that intention.
Yeah, that goes for both guys and girls.
No,
it's not nice. And I feel like a lot of, why should... I have such a hard time wording this.
Be the one.
Why should I just limit my opportunities to whoever approaches me when I could approach a guy that is actually probably really nice, because he seems to be very nice, and that I actually find attractive?
Yeah, don't. So the world will pass you by if you never do anything.
And a lot of guys will just approach so many girls until one says yes. Whereas with girls, I feel like it's more intentful. Yeah, begging. He's begging. So I feel like, to all the girls out there, if you see someone who's really fun and irresistible, and you're typically the type of girl to not want to approach guys, which I understand, because I kind of don't like it either.
I feel it.
Then take your shot, because again,
What's the worst thing that can happen?
At least you can choose someone that you really are fucking with versus a random guy choosing you just because you look pretty. Like, you might choose them because they have nice style and they look to be, like, nice people versus a guy just, like, approaching you and not even knowing you at all. I know that makes, it's like,
honestly,
doesn't make sense.
if someone random just comes up to me and it's like, oh, you want to go on a date, I will say no, because I'm like...
Yeah. You don't even know, give me a reason why I should say yes.
It's just
Do you have
random.
one? No. But, like, if a girl approaches a guy, I feel like they might approach him in more of a friendly way and get to know them.
Yeah, be friends first. Don't just be like, want to go out. What?
So,
no, be friend.
I feel like a lot of the times in uni it's very difficult to do that because, like, we don't know what to say. I will never go up to a guy and be like, oh, you're so good looking, here you go. Like, no.
That's just, I feel like that's weird to do to any human.
No,
regardless
exactly.
of gender.
But what you could do is just ask them, like, I remember, I don't know who told me this, but, like, just ask them a question just so you could talk to them. Because who knows, they might think you're really cute too. Which you probably are cute. Because I know a lot of girls are cute. Actually, all girls are cute. And they might think you're really nice, but obviously they don't have any reason to come up to you because assuming that they're not dogs, they're not going to just be like, hey.
They're not little hungry dogs.
Yeah. They would just acknowledge you're pretty and, like, look at you.
Mm.
Oh, when I go to the, not to brag, but when I go to the shopping center and I actually have my glasses on, the amount of, like, eye contact I make and people make with me and I make with them, it's really...
Eye contact.
It's unsettling.
I have another tip. If you want to start conversations with people, wear merch. I wore my Tyler the Creator shirt. As soon as I stepped into class, some girl was like, oh my gosh, the concert was great, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I became friends with her. Just wear some merch or wear some brand or something that other people can relate to, something that's cool. So then you attract those kind of people that also like cool things.
Mm-hmm. Or just ask them, hey, like, how do I print something? Or do you know, like, something whereby you have more contact with them, and then in that, when you are, like, when they're helping you to print something, they might be like, oh, so what was your name again? Oh, my name is Ella. What was your name?
My teacher did that the other day to me.
Yeah?
I think they were trying to do something. Yeah, or I always just go for the clothing, be like, I love your pants, and then be like, where did you get them from? And then be like, wow, that's so cool, that's really amazing, what are you studying? I'm studying this, oh, that's so cool, you look like someone because you've got the style.
But think about this, right? If we're both sitting at a library, like my circumstance, I would not, and, like, I was here and he was there, I would not just, like...
Yeah,
get up.
Whoa, look at those cakes.
But if I was conveniently sat nearby him, it would make more sense and be less weird if I was like... So that works in some situations, and this works in others, where I'd be like, hey, like, sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you could help me with this. Or, like, at the gym, hey, can you, like, be my spot? Please.
Spot me right now.
Spot me. And then, who knows? Like, again, if they like you, they will talk to you. If they don't get the vibe, okay, cool. I gained maybe a bit of a friend and cool interaction and some confidence. And then you leave. So, like, there is not a lot of there's no cons to it at all, but the pros could be, like, really good.
I always get scared, well, I used to get scared that, what if that person was the love of my life, and then like, nothing happened, and then I just missed out. But then I'm like, it's okay, because, you know, maybe it was not meant to be then.
There you go. But I'm going to show you, we're trying to show you how it can be if you take the initiative and do it yourself. Females, again, to clarify, I don't like to chase men because I just feel like how do I describe this? I don't know how to describe why. Maybe next podcast we'll talk about chasing people.
Like little animals, are you a hunter or a predator or a prey?
I think maybe for me it's because if I like someone enough, like, I will, like them a lot. And so then I'm not going to chase them because I don't want to get my feelings too attached to someone and end up being hurt. Like I have before. So, because when I love.
Yeah,
so,
you are passionate.
And same thing can happen to guys, but I feel like guys are more susceptible, resilient to rejection because they experience so much of it. So,
of course.
Yeah.
As you should. As you should as a man.
Whoa. We're not trying to be mean to men. But that's why, and I feel like men don't really get, like, they're normally the approaches, so they don't always have feelings attached to a female when they approach them.
And also, they have, because society's told them that they can have any person they want, so that's why. they always approach, because society never tells a man no.
That's
They usually don't know what NO means.
N or nor.
Also, I was just thinking, and I just realised, you say female, and I just realised that now. It's like right now, if a man says the word female, that's like a big red flag.
Oh no, I say female because like, I don't want to say girl, because girl to me is like, is a girl, but also it's like a girl, like a young girl. Like, I don't want to keep saying girl because we're women or young women. And I feel like by me saying girl, it's like me being like a child.
This girl.
Me
Look
reverting.
at this girl. Look at this dude.
It's this girl.
I had that song stuck in my head last week. There's this girl.
We saw him in live HD.
Literally.
But yeah. But I think
interesting.
Girls approach the guys that, like, make it.
Just
if I had a daughter right here, I'd be like, only approach a guy that you really like, you're really about, you know, because you never know what that can lead to. And that way you'll filter it for yourself.
Guess I'll never know.
Exactly. You can't be limited to the options.
Honestly, I think about this all the time, because I have had crushes in the past where I know they've liked me, but neither of us have done anything. And I'm glad now that we never did, because I don't like them anymore. But I kind of want to tell them, I'm like, did you know I had a really big crush on you? Because I knew they had a crush on me too. So I'm like, wow.
To all the boys I've loved before. I sent an email to all the boys that I loved before and let me see what their response is.
So I might have to and see what happens. That'd be funny.
Yeah. But another thing, okay. Our next episode will be chasing men. Should you? As a female? But, yeah, I thought that was good. So both men and women can pick up some information, pick up some tips about that, like just to be able to approach.
We're like your fairy godmothers.
We say what we want to do, but we don't actually do it. Whoa, we like synced up there. One more.
But yeah,
I forgot what was.
I was thinking the other day, because we were talking about children before this, and the children have just been on my mind. It is so easily, like, it's so easy to traumatize your child. That's also another reason why I wouldn't want kids.
Yeah, when they're younger. Like, that's why I would never have a kid with the wrong man. Because I know for a fact that I would not.
And they're traumatized.
I would never traumatize my child for a fact. Because how can I?
No. But, like, it's so easy. Like, give them too much attention, they become too codependent. Not enough attention.
But that's easier for them to...
They have, like, attention issues.
I feel like, yeah.
See,
no, but, like, you can work through that.
Move.
You can work through it. But yeah, one wrong move, that's why, again, like,
out.
I kind of like the idea of just raising a child by myself, because it's my responsibility. I don't have to worry about what is going on behind the closed doors. Well, I was not finished with what I was going to say. Let me...
I don't know, that just, like, came to my mind. Yeah.
That's good you said it, because it's a podcast for a reason.
It's a podcast. We talk. We talk and talk. I love the girls to talk, but hate them that talk.
I got every second of that.
I love how we're like just like both like leaning to the side. I was just looking at the frame, we're just like both being pushed away.
Oh yeah, and in the last podcast I talked about one trait that I would love to have is to be able to approach anyone.
Oh yeah, that
anywhere.
Was your superpower you would have.
So I'm gonna try my best to do it, and next time if I do see that guy, I might just fuck around and go up to him and be like, hey, like, I was just wondering if you could help me print, because I don't know how to print. So I might as well learn from a cute guy. And hey, our interaction might just be like that. Or I might get to know his name.
Yeah, I always be like, what are you studying? And then I'll talk about that. I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
And also, wherever you sit in your uni class matters.
First day, I try to get there late.
So you can see the people, and then you can pick a good spot.
Yeah, actually sometimes I come early and let the people come to me. And then sometimes the girls come and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, so...
Oh my god.
It matters where you sit.
Honestly, I had a whole last 6 months relationship based on who I sat next to on the first day.
Exactly.
So it really does really matter.
I had a whole 6-month friendship because I sat next to this girl because I thought she was sweet in my class.
Yeah,
and she was
honestly.
sweet, and she is sweet. So that's what I mean. Like wherever you sit, because once you're
It
sat,
kind of scares me. It makes
that's
me
your
anxious.
spot. Like no one, when people come back to that class again, they're not gonna just sit randomly. They're gonna sit at
It's
the
so
same
weird. In
position.
tutorials, everyone goes to the same place. I'm not gonna do that this semester. I hate how it's just an unspoken rule. So I'm gonna disrupt it. I'm gonna
Do
sit
it.
wherever, because I hate it.
Do it.
I hate
It's
it
like
so
the
much.
biggest unspoken rule
Literally,
ever.
I'm like, why?
But I kind of like the comfort level of it, like just knowing
Everyone's like
about.
knows their place, and we have to go to our place.
Yeah,
And be little
fuck it up a
robots.
little bit, mix it up. But so that's why it's like you can sit, if you're going a little bit late, not too late where all the seats are taken, but a little bit late, you can scope out who you think is cool.
If there's like one person at each table, you choose the table, but the
sit.
sexiest person.
Yes.
Or it's like funny. Someone who looks a bit funny, because then you know they'll be good.
Smexiest person, sit next to them if you want a potential relationship, who knows, and the kindest, sweetest looking person that has cool style and
Or
cool
like
makeup
this
and cool
person who
hair.
looks like smart.
Sit next to them so you can get their answers, or sit next to them because you can be friends with them.
And absorb all their brain power.
Literally, just to think that like if you didn't sit next to that guy, I mean, he might have, but like if you sat on a complete different table to him and never talked to him, he probably would have not gotten to know you to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make you mine.
It's crazy, and that makes me really stressed.
It does. See, if I was like only, because before I went to the library, just again, I saved it for this pod to tell you, but if I was only like 3 minutes, because I was trying to get my parking ticket and it took me a couple tries. If I would have gone in the first try, like later on tries, if it took me longer, I would not have seen him.
It's weird how the universe works, because there's so many moments we'll be like, our paths just cross at the exact time, and I think it's destiny.
Same. Thank you for saying that.
Serendipity.
When we didn't have class like last semester or like the first semester of uni, I kept seeing her ass on the elevator.
That's because
to
I
go to
was
uni.
following you.
No, you were in front of me. And then as I was entering uni, she was leaving, and I was like,
so
"Whoa."
weird how the universe just makes things happen.
It's not coincidence.
No.
It's destiny.
We were meant to be brought together by the fate in the universe.
Because God knew that something was lacking in this universe, and it was the interactions and all the wetness that me and you impart when we're together.
The wetness. Oh.
Because you know how sticky
Oh
it
no.
gets. Every way she used that line.
Talking about sticky, let's get on to media.
On my mind. We sing really good together. We discovered that recently. I think because we both sing in high pitch, but
We really are, like, singers.
how about you go
Okay, my media.
on your phone?
Let me pull it up, because we made the playlist, and now I'm starting to actually use it, because I kind of forgot.
I listen to
About
it like
it.
almost every
Really?
day. Yeah,
That's
it's
so good.
music.
I do look through it, and I see what's on it.
You know
So-
how sticky it gets.
Mine first one is from Beyonce's new album Renaissance. I honestly haven't listened to the whole album because I'm not a big fan really of the sound, but
That.
I do love the kind of house, kind of very campiness of this one song called Pure/Honey. It is so funny to listen to because it's just interesting. And I also wanted to quickly talk about this theory I have actually.
Oh.
About that kind of, because that song is it's very heavily drag, like queer influence to it. That kind of sound of that house music, like that kind of club scene. Who else recently did an album very similar to that was Drake. And it was very much that kind of he was like talking about like all my gay men and their feelings. Like he said that, and it was very much in that one song, yeah.
Which one?
It wasn't Sticky. It wasn't Sticky. It was that one song. But that very like campiness and obvious like drag influence was in that album. It was one of those songs. That's really better.
Me being like.
But I just want to say how it is. I predict that you will see a lot more of this in straight artist music because it's a trend right now for gay culture to be used.
Because
By
I mean,
straight people. So you're gonna be singing it all everywhere in every straight person's music.
to elaborate, literally every TikTok trend or like every kind of like slogan or like a slang that we've used, like yas, queen get it.
Slay.
That's all like coming from
From drag
even
culture.
makeup we had, like the whole like 2016
Contour,
cut
yeah.
like the brows were like Instagram. That's all drag. Cut creases, drag, honey. Like,
so it has already been a thing, but I have a theory that music in particular, like popular artist albums, are gonna be very this like clubby kind of sound with lots of, and
so no wonder why it's gonna trickle into music.
So
like,
I have a theory, guys, and if you see it, remember I told you, and that relates to my second song as well. It's Oh My Love by FK Twigs from her new album. Such a good song. But on that album as well, she has a lot of like gay influence to it as well. But this song is so good. I love singing it. And I also just think about Robert Pattinson a lot because they used to date, and I love him and her. So that song's really good. Listen to that. And then my last song is Nasty by Ariana Grande. That I just randomly put in because it is a great, it's literally such a good song.
I just want to get nasty. Nasty. Nasty.
So good.
We need Ariana to be in Australia.
Get here. Get here. So yeah, those are my 3 songs.
I like it.
My little theory.
Yeah, that definitely is coming up. It's coming up as well.
Like, literally, Ariana's next album is gonna literally be
100%
literally gonna be like that.
Especially because a lot of music videos they like get drag queens to be in the music video. So
yeah,
like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's infiltrating.
I like it. Okay, my songs On the Way by 2088. Janae Aiko and Big Sean actually are pregnant together. Yeah.
Oh.
They have a little baby on the way. So of course I had to put this song in there. I have a very fond memory with this song. Driving down on my break down this hill, windows down, this song blasted.
The sun gleaming.
And me feeling like a sense of freedom because I'm not working. Loved it. So I've been working. It's such a good song, good hype song as well. Put it on before you go out to the clubs. Then I've been on my I've reverted back to my Brockhampton era, which
I was like, yes, Brockhampton.
Because of the fact that I got remembered by a photo that Brockhampton came to Australia in 2020 and we couldn't go because we were shy off of 18. Or maybe you were 18 and I was 17 still.
I don't even know that.
Oh, maybe we were 16, 17, yeah. And it was 18 plus and oh my god. So I'm gonna hunt them down. And now we can't even go see them because they're broken up.
Thing.
Why make it 18 plus? Like Tyler was swearing in his songs.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, everyone's on the anti-Brockhampton era
still.
Which is weird because everyone's like, the music's so bad. It's like, no.
No. It was a cultural reset.
Literally everyone had their phase and for a reason because it was good. Like, yes, some of their members were not the best people, but the music slapped.
But they got rid of them. They got rid of that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And their music just, it's so, it sounds fresh, but it also sounds like old school. It was refreshing. It wasn't like they were doing anything completely different, but they were adding to an already existing genre and making their own genre. So, I used to have this playlist, I actually have 2 with Brockhampton, and I used to listen to it every morning before school. And I wanted to mention the song Team by Brockhampton because I re-listened to it after not listening to their songs for 2 years because they flopped after Sugar, after Ginger release, sorry. But Team...
They slipped and died.
And then I love... I forgot the last one. I think it's...
Is it that song? Yeah. Berlin?
I did not write that. Berlin! Yeah, Berlin.
When you can't read your handwriting, guys.
What? I just want to hate this. Berlin from Iridescence. Top 3 favourite Brockhampton songs.
I'm trying to think of their songs. I honestly had not listened to them.
Baby boy, why you looking grimy? I got that.
I like Rental. That song.
That's
literally changed my life.
I'd be in my room with my disco lamp that we had, this. Such a good song. And then I also want to mention Kevin Abstract from Brockhampton, and we all know his song Peach, but I really like the song Big Wheels, and I was re-listening to it recently. I think I should give it a shout out. So there you go. Release more, please. Your next, are they releasing your album soon?
I thought they disbanded, didn't they?
They're one more album before we disband.
I swear they said that 10 times already.
If you're watching,
I'm glad they said that
please.
before Ginger. They're like, guys.
Just one more good album like your Saturation trilogies. Like Ginger, I think was one of their best albums, but after that, when they reached mainstream
They
success,
started like doing like thousands different types of that remix
Sugar.
at once.
Yeah,
I
they
was like, what are you
flopped, yeah.
doing?
Please bring it back.
Why are you doing this?
If not, if you don't want to listen to new music, just tour more, please. Please.
They're over. Do you have any movies or anything?
Oh my god.
Shows?
I re-watched White Chicks. It's one of my favorite comedies. Got a nostalgic impact to it.
Lovely.
Rewatching it after not being a younger girl, I've noticed more of the jokes, and it's really funny. Like,
it is just like that dumb humor that's like good.
that was really popular in
Really
2000s.
good, yeah.
It's just funny, man. Like, you can't tell me it's not. If you're gonna sit here and be like, you didn't laugh a little bit out there.
Honestly, I have not seen it in such a long time.
The scene when she's in the bathroom because she eats like she's lactose intolerant, and she starts farting. She would stunk up the whole place. So that's my movie recommendation.
Very nice. Let me have a little think. I don't think I watch any movies, but I'm always just watching random TV shows. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Speaking of drag, there's a new season of Australian Drag Race started. I watched the first episode. It was alright, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of out of that phase. Let me have a look at my Netflix and see if I watch anything. Because honestly, I don't think I've really been on my movie grind lately.
Oh, at the cinema that we go to, they're playing Psycho. You know how they're doing the two double nights? They're playing Psycho and Frenzy by Hitchcock.
I've never seen Frenzy, but Psycho is so good.
So I was like, should I bring it up to you? Because like we've already seen Psycho 2 years ago at the same cinema with the birds.
Oh, it was those two?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
But
The birds.
and then this year it's Psycho and Frenzy.
I don't know.
So watch the
trailer.
trailer.
Frenzy is.
Watch the trailer of Frenzy. It's from Hitchcock himself.
Okay.
And see if you want to see it on the big screen. Because it's in August. It's like 2 weeks from now.
That's cool. I haven't been to Luna since we saw Everything All at Once.
Because everything that they release is
Everything.
true.
Period.
I want to be on the board of directors.
I want to work at Luna. If anyone's watching this, I
I looked at like jobs and I was like, why can't I find any like jobs online? I think you have to like call them and like
I
ask
feel
them.
like it's such a niche thing. You have to be like in the know to know.
Yeah,
kind of
like
thing.
a member
you
or
have
something.
To be like your friend has to like know some friends.
Because they don't have any ads online. Anyways, we'll cut that out because this is Luna, but just while you're waiting, yeah, no airtime. While we're waiting, okay, go.
Oh, I actually no, I don't
Oh, you
have
didn't?
anything else.
Okay.
I literally have not been watching anything.
Do you have anything that you watched in the past that you
Oh, I do want to go see Nope. It's from
Nope.
that guy who did Get Out, because I watched Get Out recently, but I feel like it's going to be super cringe, just the dialogue I can already tell, but I want to see it because I'm like, okay.
There's nothing bad than sitting in a movie and it's terrible and you're just there like,
Oh, I actually recently saw the new Jurassic Park movie with my family. It was so awful. The whole thing was so cringy.
Yeah, after a
So
podcast,
cringy.
you're like,
So
bad, yeah. See, and imagine, I fell asleep when watching, one thing, Dune.
June.
Honestly, I didn't even need to go into that cinema and watch it.
I know, lots of people loved it, but I just couldn't.
I just
feel
thought, yeah.
It was just so bad. So bad.
I respect people who like it, but I just never liked sci-fi.
What do you like about it? There was
Yeah.
actually nothing likable.
And I was tripping. I was trifling. There was no need for me to watch a sci-fi movie when I don't like sci-fi.
And yeah, I just couldn't follow it. Also, I can't. That's kind of on me as well, because I just can't follow dialogue in movies.
No, but this time it's not your fault. Trust
No,
me.
it was not actually your fault.
Well,
I think that was kind of all we had to talk about today, wasn't it?
I gotta stop pulling my tongue out. Oh my god. Okay. That has been.
That really is the curse of our generation.
Yeah,
like, it's literally some sort of mutation in our DNA.
To stick
like
our
our
tongue
babies
out.
are just gonna be like all the time. Like, there's literally, it's a pandemic.
Pandemia.
Also, oh my god, not to bring it down, but I'm really like scared of monkeypox. Right now.
Okay,
I'm
what
really
is that?
scared.
Can you just describe that to me?
Girl, I've been seeing so many fear-mongering TikToks, but I don't know if they're
What is
true or not.
monkeypox?
It's like chickenpox, but it's from monkeys, and it can go in every place. It can go every location in your eyes, in your mouth, in your members. And if it goes in your eyes, it can lead to blindness.
I'm already blind, so like, no. But wait. Monkeypox isn't like, you know how like, is it a joke?
No, it's real. It's really big in America right now.
People are actually getting diagnosed with monkeypox?
Yeah, I've seen lots of people have it. It's like little. It looks like chickenpox. It's just like lots of things on you.
If I have chickenpox, am I immune to it?
No, it's a different disease. It's not a monkey, not a chicken. But it's really terrifying, guys. So, and it spreads through clothing mainly and bed sheets. So a lot of people in cleaners are getting it. Yeah, so don't touch clothes. Don't touch clothes.
Don't ever let anyone in your bed. That's it. Be celibate.
I mean, you already like know one.
Yeah, me already like get off of my bed right now.
So yeah,
I'll
sorry to bring down the mood, guys, but
stay safe, and that has been
over and out.
Make sure, stay safe, peace out. Oh, we should do that. Peace out, and don't let the bed bugs bite you and give you monkeypox.
Literally, guys.
And always
slay.
Always slay. And don't be watching anything under the URL www.pornhub.com.
No corn.
Bye. That's beautiful. Oh my god, you did it this time.
How do I turn it off?
Just the button on the side.